silent on this issue, over the last decade, there's been mounting evidence that the Chinese Communist Party's transplant system is completely unethical, and honestly, it's evil. Since 1999, the number of transplants in China just took off. China went from having 150 transplant centers in 1999 to over 714 of them today. But what's beyond belief is where these organs are coming from. The Epoch Times has been doing deep investigations, and what they've reported on is truly shocking. They've had hospitals advertise online that they could guarantee patients' organs within the time frame of weeks, and that they could even schedule operations in advance. To put that in perspective, here in the US, the waiting time for a kidney is 5 years, but in China, you can get it next month. And for these Chinese hospitals, it's an extremely profitable business, as their websites show that they're charging $30,000 for corneas, $60,000 for kidneys, and $150,000 for hearts. Just imagine what a single person is worth to them. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you might think that it makes sense because China is a big country and they must have a lot of organ donors, right? This is where it gets really scary. The Chinese newspaper Beijing Today reported in 2011 that the Beijing Red Cross said that over the past 20 years, only 37 people nationwide registered to be organ donors. 37 people in all of China. So where are these organs coming from? Well, in 2010, China's Vice Minister of Health admitted that over 90% of these organs come from executed prisoners. But that doesn't make any sense. China executes an estimated 8,000 prisoners a year, which is far, far less than the 60,000 transplants that they do every year. So where are these organs really coming from? Researchers have concluded that China is killing and harvesting organs from prisoners of conscience. Practitioners of Falun Gong in particular are believed to be the main sources for these organs. Our reporters have spoken to practitioners of this meditation discipline who escaped China, and they told us that while they were being tortured in prisons, they would also be subjected to blood tests, urine tests. So what this means is that if you go to China today for an organ, an innocent person will likely be killed to supply it to you. This is why real news and honest journalism is so vital to our country. Without knowing the truth, how can we do the right thing? That's why you should try The Epoch Times. We've been following the story of forced live organ harvesting over the last 14 years, among many other stories that you won't be reading about in the mainstream press.